Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead, and we have received the new Homestead Box here. I have no clue what's in it. I've been outside working, come in and found out it was here. Wanda has opened the top of it and she told me, she said, "Now you're going to really like this one." So let's see, because I have absolutely no clue. I noticed one thing, it's in a different shape. It's kind of long. So let's open this thing up. I see a paper sticking in the top of it here. Let's see. Okay, it's about tree care, which is something that she knew I would like. So it's about tree care. Now I can see that there's some stuff in here that I really am interested in. So we will look at it little at a time and we'll see, guys. Let's take it one thing at a time here. All right. Okay, guys, we've got two 24-inch tree circles that you put around trees after you plant them to control weeds and stuff. I love the fact that it's made out of a fiberglass mesh. Being in a construction job, we used a product called Typar, which can be used for this very same thing, to go on the outside of houses. It takes over a year to build so that the plywood or the moisture can't get in. We use a product made just like this. That's what when I first saw it, I recognized the product. There's a fiberglass mesh like we use. It's kind of heavy too. Okay, let's look out and see what else we got in here. Oh, let's see here. Okay, we've got some Nursery and Vineyard books from Isons. We've got Stark Brothers. I'm familiar with Stark Brothers. I'm not familiar with this other ones. This is one here that I'm not really familiar with. I've never heard of them. It's a book about grapevines and fruit trees. I mean, it's all about fruit and stuff like that. I'm gonna be interested to check this one out. It's a Nursery and a Vineyard. It's been family owned and operated since 1934. Of course, this is the famous Stark Brothers. Very familiar one. Matter of fact, I have this same Stark Brothers catalog here at my house. They've already sent me one. Very interesting. And oh, look at this. This is a pair of all steel pruning shears. Now I'm gonna just open them up here. These are made by Falchi hand tools from Italy. Guys, these, I can tell you right now, these are some nice pruning shears, and they are like a razor blade on the edges. They are super nice. Now this is something that matter of fact, I got plum trees right now and grapevines that need pruning. Me and Matt pruned one of them when he was here, our woofer, but I have more to go, and these will be a blessing to use during that time. Now these are by Falchi. So there are definitely a good set of pruning shears there. Let's see what else we got in here. Well, we got paper. Oh, look at this. This is the Fano Saw Works. This is from Chico, California. Your blade pops out, and yes, you tighten the nut down here. I'm already familiar with the type. This is a pruning saw. Guys, any person who does pruning on fruit trees knows that a good pruning saw is essential to doing a good job on a fruit tree and not leaving a mess, not leaving peeled parts on the trees where the limbs break and fall off, because sometimes you have to take off some pretty big limbs because they blight or different things happen to them. And you need a pruning saw. So this right here, guys, this is a jam-up pruning saw. And it is, I can tell you right now, it is sharp as a razor blade. And it says this is a Fano Saw, F-A-N-N-O, Fano Saw Works from Chico, California. Looks like a good tool there. Lay it down, but that's sharp. We don't want to cut nothing up here. Well, I'm looking at two. Oh, let's see here. These are tree spirals or tree guards, whatever you want to call them. When you plant new trees, you know, not so much here where I live at, even though it was a problem for a while, we've about eradicated most of the problem. You plant these new fruit trees, and what happens is a lot of times rabbits or voles or all this type of creatures will come along. Deer will come along with their horns, and rabbits will chew the bark out around the bottoms of them. Even people, sometimes your goats get loose and they'll get out and eat your fruit orchards up. These things, you wrap them around the tree once you get your trees planted, and it's got some holes in here that still allows the air to get in, but just protects the young fruit trees not only from the animals but from sun scald. Now here I paint the bottom of my trees white a lot of times to prevent them from sun scald and stuff. And you know, these things are great for that. It's just that I never have had them, but I have a couple of them now. I guarantee you'll probably see a video out there with me using them pretty shortly. But that is a really good deal for the Homestead Box there. Make sure I got this right. Spiral tree guard, 24 inches. Yes. Oh, it tells me, it says each one of these contain 4. So in the total, there's actually 8 tree guards here. Wow. I thought they were awful heavy when I was holding them here. And I look now and I see it says it contains 4 in each one. So yeah, that is definitely going to be something. Y'all have seen my other videos here. We are actually planting trees here at Deep South Homestead. We're planting oak trees. Now granted, they're not this big, but we are planning on ramping up with some different types of trees on our property here that we're going to be buying this year. And some of them will be this tall. So yeah, this is going to be a blessing here at Deep South Homestead. Now let's look on in here. Okay, we got some fruit tree spray here from, this is a broad spectrum insecticide, fungicide, and milticide. Controls insects, diseases, and mites on vegetables, fruits, nuts, herbs, and spices, roses, flowers, tough grass shrubs around the house. This here is a citrus spray that can be used to control a lot of things with there. So we've got that. Let's look and see what else we got here. This is a Monterey, this is the biofungicide bactericide. This controls a lot of the plant diseases on trees that you'll see. So these are things here that we'll look into using here at Deep South Homestead. I will have to do some research into these to see if these are actual chemicals that, you know, that we don't use here on our homestead, because we don't use chemicals on our homestead. We'll look into it, and if there are some type of something that's not, you know, not poisonous or toxic in any way to bees, birds, or humans, or mess up with the water system or anything like that, then we'll look into it and try to find out, and we'll probably let you know in a future video about these particular sprays here and when we use them. Okay. Let's see what else is done in here. I know there's something heavy in the bottom of this box. Oh, we got Job's Organic. These are tree spikes that you drive down in the ground around trees to fertilize them. Now, I have in the past on some of my citrus trees I was having problems with, used Job's citrus tree spikes around them, and they done fantastic. As a matter of fact, I had a tangelo tree that I had for almost 18 years, and I used them around it periodically, and that tree would bear somewhere around 300 tangelos at a time before the hard freeze actually when you killed it. But you know, these things actually work too. They're pretty good. Now these are the analysis on these are, was it 822? So they're not very powerful, but they're just enough. You probably put 3 of them around the tree like I used to do my other tree, just out beyond the limb spread of the tree, or at the drip line of the tree, so that the roots actually run out to get it. What these do is these promote green foliage on the tree. As you notice, the first number was more nitrogen than anything else. And a lot of the trees need a little bit of nitrogen, but not too much, to help keep the foliage nice and green on them. So there's actually 8 spikes in each one of these. They usually come with a plastic tube that they go down, that goes over them, and you drive them in the ground with a plastic tube, and then you pull the tube out. So let's look, see if there's anything else in here. I feel a book. How to Prune Trees and Shrubs by Story. Books of Self-Reliance. Now this, I'm familiar with this book. I have actually read it before. It's a good book. Written by Barbara W. Ellis, the author of it. It talks about the different techniques that you can use, pruning and stuff like that. And I do use some of these techniques on the homestead. As a matter of fact, you'll see me when I'm doing pruning. We're going to probably use a lot of this stuff here in some videos coming up real shortly. Guys, the Homestead Box fascinates me. Right when I think they can't come up with anything else, they come up with something that just knocks my socks off. And I'm like, wow, this is truly something that a homesteader can use on their homestead. And I'm amazed at the job these guys do at putting these boxes together, because they are literally fantastic. Everything that I see here will be used at Deep South Homestead. The only thing that I might be in question about is the sprays. And once I do the research on them, if there's nothing toxic there, then it's something I might consider on some new trees just to keep the bugs and the diseases off of them. Because right now we don't have a lot of problem with pests except woodpeckers. And we have some blight problem, but I think that a lot of that's caused because mine are so close to heavy fertilized sources, and that is one of the reasons that blight will strike trees a lot of times. So the trees that are not near these areas have no blight problems at all. So I'm thinking that may be it. But guys, anyway, this is a great homestead box here. So if you're interested in them, check out the Homestead Box company and see for yourself if this is something you're interested in. If it is, hey, give the guys a call and order you one of these boxes. They actually, oh, there's a scooper in the thing. Look at this. Okay, we also have a cup that's in here, and I'm going to guess that this is to use with the sprays here that come with it. Now, let me go ahead and mention, there is some emblems on here that says these are for organic gardening. So, once I do my research into them and find out, they're probably legitimate, and we'll check that out. But it says right here they're for organic gardening. And without my glasses, I can't actually see the ingredients that's in it. So I can't 100% say right now what's in it because I can't really read it. But guys, we have thoroughly enjoyed getting these homestead boxes, and we would encourage anyone who enjoys the gifts that comes from the Homestead Box company in these boxes to sign up for them, because some of the boxes, I would not hesitate to say we use just about everything that these boxes send on our homestead. I can't hardly think of anything that they sent that we do not use at some point. So check out the boxes, check out what's in the boxes, and see if it's something that you on your homestead could use, because if it is, I encourage you to get them. Because the one thing I will say about the Homestead Box is that when they send tools or they send anything like that in their box, they're usually high quality tools. They're not junk. And that's one thing that I appreciate about the Homestead Box, is that they do not send out junk to their customers. So with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you to the Homestead Box company. Be looking forward to the Homestead Boxes coming in the future. I think there are going to be some interesting ones. Some of them I know about that are really nice boxes that's going to be coming down the line. So we like promoting people that we know are legitimately good people, and they give out good products. And every product we've gotten from them, like I said, has been a fantastic product. So thank y'all from Deep South Homestead. Okay guys, we're out here with our plum tree today. We got one of them that's kind of overgrown, a lot of sprouts coming out down low on it. This was a wild tree that we grafted. One of the grafts did not take, one of them did take over here. So got to get some of this overgrowth off of it. We're going to use the tools that come in the Homestead box for that purpose. First is going to be the saw. Because we've got a big limb at the bottom here. We got this one right here. Remember, these saws cut on a pull and stroke, so you want to be cautious so that you don't actually strip the bark off of it. Now we've got this limb off. We'll get it out of the way. Now, we're going to use the shears. We got a little sprout that's come up here. Well, that one is dead. I was going to get it out of the way, but we've got little oak trees here. It's coming up underneath the soil. We got these little branches here that's coming off the tree here. We want to make sure we get them cut close to the tree. Get them out of the way. Okay, we've got that out of the way. We have another little branch right here next to where we grafted. See if we can get here where we can get it off. We want to get it out of the way. Now, this leaves, and we're going to get rid of a branch right here. The one that died, we're going to get it off of there. Anything that grows inward on a tree, I'll usually take it off where I can get a good air circulation around inside the tree. Any of these little branches, I'll try to get all that out of here. All right, we're going to get this out of the way. I like for my tree limbs to lean outward. I don't like anything going toward the inside of a tree. Okay. This gives us a little bit more. I'm going to let this grow out here. May go ahead and top it. This will give us a little bit more growth on our tree here. And I may come back in a little bit later. Here's a dead branch here. We'll get rid of that. Another one here. Get rid of these branches. And anything that grows straight down on a tree, I usually get anything that grows straight down off. I don't like to see that kind of stuff. All right. Now, what I'll probably do, I'll come back and I'll stake these limbs out. And by staking them out like this, they'll actually grow in that position and make a much nicer looking tree in the long run. Now we have another tree down here I have to go and prune. And we have a grapevine behind us. I'll have to get to that. Then we have mayhaw trees in the back to go along here and get all these trees and vines and everything pruned up.